off my stage.
Shut up. Bite me. Shut up. Whatever.
Don't speak to me like that.
I'm signing off all legal rights as her mother.
You're an 11-year-old punk. Did you ever hurt your own mother?
Yeah, if it came down to it.
Let's get started. We first met a mom named Penny. It's so good to see you again. And her daughters, Amanda and Ashley, on a show called I'm Really Ready to Divorce My 12-Year-Old. Watch what happened on those shows. What kind of things do you like to do? I've heard you're one of the really bad
Well, first of all, I do like to drink, smoke, go out with friends, and I do still.
Okay. What else? Call your mother names?
Yeah, I do that.
You've had sex with 4 guys. Do you
Yep.
use protection?
Nope. Dear Mom, this is for what you mean to me. I'm glad you've been there for me because I would have never lived through my bad times. I can only have one mother, and you are the only mother I want.
She's drinking, smoking, skipping school. She found a whole new set of problems.
What's going to happen now?
I'm gonna go back the way it was.
I hope so. Have they changed at all?
They're worse now than they ever were.
What do you mean they're worse than they were?
Well, Ashley thinks she's pregnant, and I would like to find out if she is today.
How old is Ashley?
Ashley will be 14 the 6th of
She's
November.
13 now? And you've given them an ultimatum about
That's right.
their
They've
behavior.
got till December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. If they have not changed, have not done...
But wait, Mom. They're going to change now till they get their presents.
No, it's going to stay that way. Because if the 25th they change back, I'm out of there. Their father can have them. He can take my house.
Amanda is 15. Ashley is 13. She's the one you think may be pregnant.
Yes.
Let's bring them out. Come on out, girls. Ashley, oh dear. Do you think you're pregnant?
Yes, I do.
Why? How long have you...
She's about 5 weeks late.
5 weeks late. You're going to go take a pregnancy test, right? What happens if you are pregnant at 13? Well, we met a teenager named Stephanie a few months ago on a show called Punish My Criminal Teen, and we did punish them. Watch what happened when she came here with her mother, Jackie. Would you roll that tape? What else has 14-year-old Stephanie done to make her so wild?
Stephanie skips school on a daily basis. I wake her up to tell her to get up to go to school. She beats me up. She spits on me. She calls me a bitch, a slut. One time, she pushed me through a window.
What's funny is that I do what I want to do, and they think it's stupid, but it's not.
Unprotected sex?
So, my body, they put it in me, not you.
I don't understand you've given me 4 times the same answer, because I wanted to. Should I do anything I want to do?
If you really want to, do what
I really would like to send your little ass right across the room. Well, Jackie and Steffi returned for an update show. We weren't sure that anyone could get through to Steffi, though. Watch this. No.
Stephanie's worse now.
Worse?
Yes.
How can she be worse than she was?
She's worse. The day we got home, she beat a girl up and she got arrested, and charges of battery were pressed on her.
Let's find out what's been going on with Steffi. Steffi, if you've changed, come on out. Welcome back. Steffi, what's been going on since the last time you were here?
I watched the shows and I didn't like it that my boyfriend saw. And people were like, I don't know, being so mean and telling me that that's wrong. And I was embarrassed, and so I decided I needed to change. And
a lot of things have happened. You're 7 months pregnant.
yeah.
Wow. Now, that's what we think may happen with you. How does it feel?
Well, first I thought it was a joke. I thought it was just a baby. But now I think it's my whole life.
You're 14 and you're 7 months pregnant. Mom, how did you take it when you found out she was pregnant at 14? In so many of these cases, we've got babies really having babies. Just, you know, we look back over all the kids that have been with us, and pregnancy keeps coming up and coming up. Okay? But has being pregnant at least, Mom, helped her to straighten up? Is it a dose
She's
of
a wonderful daughter now.
She's a dose of reality. I don't think, aside from getting you to see what people think of you, we only played a small part. What played a big part was a big dose of reality in your life, which is why you're here, so other 14-year-olds can get that dose of reality. Speaking of 14-year-olds, let's see what's going on with a 14-year-old named Angela. She was on a show called I'm Afraid My Teen Will Be a Criminal. Watch this. You brag to our producer that you're shoplifting and you never get caught.
No.
Okay, would you tell me what is so good about shoplifting?
I get what I want and I don't have to pay for it.
I see. Who pays for it?
I don't care.
We do. All right? Taxpayers pay for it. They up the cost of everything and we pay for it.
Angela really thought it was cool that she never got caught. Whenever we'd call her, she'd say, "This is cool." So our friend, Judge Whitfield, sentenced her to stand in front of Macy's department store in New York and hand out flyers. The flyers say, "I'm 14 and I shoplift. Don't trust me." Did it work? Angela, if you've changed, come on out. This is not Angela, this is the mother, Laura. What's been going on?
1 week after the show, my daughter is now up on assault charges with a weapon. She's been taken out of my home for several times over the years for being physically and mentally abusive to my family and a danger to us. And when you asked her the last time we were here what she thought about going to jail, she told you she thought it was a piece of cake, it was easy, she can handle it. Well, now she's up on assault charges. It goes through December 9th. She's been doing drugs. She showed up at my job stoned on acid. My job's non-existent. Originally, I had planned with the police and the Children's Aid to pick her up as soon as our plane touched down in London tonight. But due to the fact she's not there, I can't do that. The other thing, I've already advised CAS once this thing goes to court that I'm signing off all legal rights as her mother until she's 16. I have 2 other children who need me, and I need them, and I gotta be a good mom for them. And by setting this example for Angela, I'm hoping my other 2
will learn. We'll be right back.
She's having sex, unprotected sex, with 20-year-olds. I have the grandchildren from hell.
What goes around in this lifetime is going to come back to you.
I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it.
And you're gonna end up with AIDS, pregnant, or dead. You're 14 years old, Natasha. What the hell do you want to be? I don't want to bury you.
I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, Mom.
I'm going to tell you something. If it was legal for me to kick her ass, I would be able to kick her ass. I can never come back.
When I address you, it's going to be yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, and no, sir. When I say eyeballs, that means you put your eyeballs on me. You think you're tough? Let me tell you something. The toughest thing you're going to ever have to do in your life is decide to make a change.
Did you decide to make a decision to change?
Yes, I did. I decided because I couldn't hurt my mom anymore, you know.
Was it hard?
It wasn't that it was hard. It was just that, you know, I seen the show and I looked like the biggest fool, you know, because I wanted...
Sometimes all it takes is for people to see the show. They see themselves on television and they realize how ridiculous their behavior is. Loretta is 51 years old. Loretta is the grandmother of 23 grandchildren. 23. 2 of the 23 were causing her so much stress. She already, at her young age, had a heart attack. Watch what happened when Loretta was here with these 2, Shasta and Talia. Okay. What's she doing?
Well, first, she's having sex, unprotected sex, with 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and a 24-year-old. I got up one Sunday, Sally, to go to church, and I come downstairs, and Shasta's on the couch asleep. And I see these feet sticking out from behind my couch. And I go, here's this guy. She done let in, her and Talia. And he's asleep on my floor with nothing on but some underwear.
Strange.
Yeah.
Why do you call her those names? Old bitch, gray-eyed bitch, wicked old woman, why?
Because sometimes she get on my nerves.
That was 6 months ago. Shasta's now 14 and Talia is now 13. What's been going on since that show?
I have the grandchildren from hell.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
No.
But these 2.
These 2 are the
These
grandchildren.
2.
I know you nearly collapsed backstage. She has to have her 30-year-old son. One of them has always got to be home to man the house. Loretta's found a condom next to her bed. Meaning what? Maybe they're having sex when you're not there.
Somebody is.
And I think the worst things are the stealing. From her house, they have stolen 2 VCRs, a cell phone, the meat in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you were here, you told the girls if they didn't straighten up, you were going to send them to live somewhere else. Now, you haven't done that. Why?
Nobody wants them. I have nowhere to send them. Nobody wants them.
Let's have the girls come on now. Girls, your grandmother, whom we really liked a lot, has already had a heart attack. Last time you were here, she nearly collapsed.
This one told the police that she screwed everybody in the neighborhood. And she hasn't got pregnant and she hasn't got AIDS, so she don't care. This one. She just turned 13 on the 4th of October. On the 2nd of October, excuse me. I'd rather go anywhere than to go home to my house. Anywhere. If I put them out in Columbus, if I put them out, then they'll cart me downtown for abandonment.
I know that that's true. You can't help but remember another grandmother named Valerie, who was desperate to turn around her out-of-control granddaughter, Jennifer. Take a look at this. It is just an impossible...
Yeah, she's a disgusting child.
You kicked Mother in the chest. Why?
Because she deserved it.
And you said you could kick my ass.
I can't imagine ever saying to my grandmother, I'd like to kick your ass. I can't imagine that.
Oh, it'll never happen, Sally.
No, but why would you
happen.
say that to your grandmother?
Because she thinks she's all big and bad. She ain't.
You think you are?
I'm bigger than you. I'm bigger than you. And I could kick your ass, little girl. I love you, and this is a cry and an appeal from me to you for help, because I don't want to see you dead. Because when your friends kick you to the curb, I'll be there to pick you up.
What's so hard about change?
It's hard.
It's harder to be good than it is to be bad, right?
How could that be possible? How? How could it be possible?
Valerie, I've never
I'm
seen.
so crazy.
I know. I'm going to help you. If it takes the rest of my life, I'm going to help you. It probably will, in some cases, take the rest of my life. Finally, Grandma was able to get through to Jennifer, and Jennifer came back to say that she no longer acted bad. Well, Valerie refused to give up on her granddaughter. Today, she and Jennifer have come here to try to help Loretta. Valerie and Jennifer, we need an update on you. We need some advice. Come on out. Jennifer, you keep looking at that picture of you being that bad kid. How's that feel?
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
every time you see it, it gets embarrassing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Has she turned around? Is she doing all
God,
right?
yes, Sally.
So you see what I mean? Sometimes when you see yourself, you really do turn around. So everything is a little bit better, Grandma?
Wonderful. 100%.
Turn to Loretta.
You lose your grandmother. Remember something. You lose this woman, you're going to cry the rest of your life, because you're going to lose your best friend too. Believe me, because there's nobody like a grandmom's love. Believe me when I tell you this. You want to be tough, you want to act tough. Where did tough get you, honey? Nowhere. It's going to get you nowhere, because what goes around in this lifetime is going to come back to you.
Valerie certainly was patient with her granddaughter, and it paid off. But sometimes the teens who come to the show try my patience, and the audiences, a lot. Watch what happened when a 13-year-old named Sarah came to the show recently.
Well, I steal, I smoke weed, I drink, and I have fun with my friends.
Okay. Unprotected sex?
Yes.
Okay. Are you pregnant?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
There is a possibility. Yes, there is.
Uh-huh. So in the stealing, you never stole a pregnancy kit?
You don't smoke weed. You don't smoke weed, Mom.
Mistakes.
Yes or no? Do you smoke weed or
No, I
don't?
don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I do
yes,
not.
you do.
Okay.
How can you come here and ask us to come down on your daughter if you are setting that kind of an example?
I have been clean for 10 years.
Later in that same show, by the way, a 14-year-old named Brianne pushed things a little too far. Watch this.
Whatever.
Number one, you're pretty stupid if you keep saying whatever. Number two, you use your hand like that again. Sit on your hands, young lady. I mean it. Sit on your hands. Sit on your hands. You raise your hand one more time and you're in trouble. And three, you do not swear on this show.
I'm
You
not
got it?
sitting on my hands.
You're staying there. You raise your hand one more
Okay.
time.
I heard
Don't
you.
speak to me like
I
that.
heard
Brianne needed a little bit of tough love. like I gave her. Brienne told us that she is trying to straighten up since then, which is good news. As for the first one, the 13-year-old Sarah, she left the studio saying she was going to keep on doing whatever she wants and no one can stop her. So far, that's one up and one down. We'll be right back.
It was going to be me and him and a baby that we both loved so much, and now it's just me and a baby.
I don't know how I'm going to do this. There's just some days I can't figure it out.
I just like having sex, and if any of y'all don't like that, bite me.
Oh, God.
Nasty. That's exactly.
I can't believe that was me.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
2 years have passed since we first met a guest named Tina, who was here with her mother, Tammy. Tina was 15, very open about her sex life. Watch this. Dear Sally, the correct word is I love having sex. The reason is you can do and say pretty much anything. The crazy places I've ever done it is on top of a car in broad daylight with people I didn't even know watching. How many boys have you had sex with?
Between 30 and 40.
Did you enjoy it tremendously?
Tremendous. In other words, the last people out there that didn't know what the heck they were doing. I just like having sex, and if any of y'all don't like that, bite me. Okay?
She's just stealing. You know, she's quit school.
What makes you run away?
Because I say 10 o'clock in the house. I say 11 o'clock bedtime. I say, no, you ain't sleeping with boys in my house. That's what makes you run away.
Think she's still acting wild? Let's find out what's going on. Tina, come on out.
Where am I going? Right here?
Tina, did you see yourself?
Oh, Lord, yes.
How'd it look?
Oh, God.
Nasty. That's exactly.
I can't believe that was me.
That was you. Tina, there is a very specific reason why Tina has turned her life around. Has nothing to do with us. What does it have to do with?
Well, almost 2 years ago, I got married, and now I'm pregnant.
See? Now, when you got married, you were still kind of the little girl who's running around a lot.
I was wild and crazy, yeah.
And what did your husband say to that?
He didn't like it very much. He threatened to leave me, and that's what woke me up. It's like, I'm 16, I'm married. Do I want to be 17 and divorced?
Right.
And that's what woke me up, really.
There you go. Well, another teenager named Rachel, who came on about 4 months ago in a show called I'm 14 and I Have Unprotected Sex. Let's watch this. Now at 14, you've had 33 sexual partners.
That's absolutely right.
It is true.
I like it. I like the feeling, and I like being wanted. Shut up.
You said that sex kind of fills up empty holes inside you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It's like the holes are my problems. The holes are my problems, and so when I'm having sex, my holes are being filled. But after...
Shut up! Shut up!
Rachel told us she has not had sex since the show. She is finding other ways to fill the holes in her life. I'm frequently asked about another teenager who is acting wild and wound up pregnant, since we're talking about pregnancy today. Her name was Jolie. She came on the show called She Thinks She's Hot Stuff. Watch this. She wants to know why you are doing this.
Because I got the body, you know. I want to know. I was dating this guy, and we were engaged, but after he found out that I was pregnant, he left me.
Are you all right? Well?
She was afraid she let you down. She was afraid that you would think less of her. And she really went all out to change, not only for herself, but for you.
Well, Jolie is now a single mother who's raising baby Jeremiah on her own. Now, last summer we met another teenager named Jenny who already was pregnant. She wasn't a wild teen. She didn't have sex with lots of guys. She was a good student. She had sex once with one boy in her life, but when she got pregnant, the world fell apart. Watch what happened.
I used to be a dancer. I wrote novels, got good grades in school. I was popular and cared about myself. I don't care anymore. I could be dead, up in heaven by the time you read this. I ruined my life. I have no money, no friends.
What scares you the most?
We had everything worked out. I mean, he was going to be in the army, and it was going to be me and him and a baby that we both loved so much, and now it's just me and a baby, and I left school for this.
Jenny is now 8 months pregnant. She's been keeping a video diary of her pregnancy for us.
I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm single, and this is the hardest thing I think I've ever done in my entire life. I found myself sitting up here crying all the time. What am I crying about? What am I not crying about? I don't know how I'm gonna do this. There are just some days I can't figure it out. I started to have really bad contractions recently, and so I'm on bed rest now. Don't have unprotected sex. Don't have sex when you're a kid. Just don't. It's not worth it. I tried to grow up too fast.
Jenny, we care about you and you have a long road to hoe. It's only the beginning. We're going to stay in touch with Jenny throughout the rest of her pregnancy. We're going to be there for the childbirth and then after the baby is born. It's a message to all the kids who think having a baby is fun. Yeah? You keep watching. We'll be right back. Would you ever hurt your own mother?
Yeah, if it came down to it. I'm almost 18. I have ruined most of my future.
How much fun is this?
It's horrible.
Another teenager who knows how tough it is to have a baby is PJ. Now, PJ is one of our regulars. She's been to this show several times. She's gone from one of the wildest teens I've ever known to one of the best. She always finds a way to reach the kids, and you're going to help her this time. Watch this. How old is PJ?
PJ just turned 16, and she was sitting in detention when she turned it. And then she wants me to come out there and visit her? No way!
PJ, your mother has filed a report with the police that says if she's killed, you killed her. Would you ever hurt your own mother?
Yeah, if it came down to it. You girls think you're so hard. You were calling these people names. How would you feel if someone called you a hoochie mama? Because you guys do. You look like hoochies. You guys are so stupid. You are 12 years old. You have your future ahead of you. I'm almost 18. I have ruined most of my future.
And indeed she had. PJ is back with us today to talk to 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. Come on out, PJ. Look great. She really does. My goodness, PJ has been with us all, gosh. She has a boyfriend, 3 years. When are you going to make this a marriage, young lady?
I don't know. We're talking about it. We're discussing it.
You got to let me know, all right? Are you living together?
Yes.
You have your own place?
Yes, we do.
Because we think that's very important. And they are raising their son now. Right now, big financial struggles. You lost your job, nothing to do with her. They were downsizing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? And are there days like me when you don't know how the family's going to eat? Do you have days like I had? How much fun is this?
It's horrible. And my mom hasn't seen the baby yet. I wish I could go visit her, but I just don't have the money.
We'll be right back. Say I'm sorry, Justin.
Tell her you're sorry. No.
Say I'm sorry, Justin.
No. Tell her you're sorry.
You're an 11-year-old punk. Sit down. I am so disappointed. I really am.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
I don't know if there was ever a dry eye in the house when we met an 11-year-old boy named Donovan. He was here with his mother, Mary, and they believed that a man named Stephen was Donovan's father. Donovan saw his father last when he was how old?
Like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. And you're how old now, 11?
Almost 12.
Okay. What's the hardest part about not having a dad?
Not saying him.
Not saying
I want to be with him.
And what would you like to say to him?
I miss you.
Yeah. Because the other kids have daddies, right? Donovan, tell him what you think.
Look at him, be a man. I just want you to be with me. Every time I look at my stepbrothers and sisters, I almost cry myself to sleep almost every night.
That's me.
Well, a paternity test proved that Stephen is Donovan's biological father. As I've said many times, sperm alone doesn't make a man a father. Let's see if Stephen has become a real father to Donovan. Donovan, come on out. You are now 12.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted a father more than anything, and he took that test, proving that he was biologically your father. You understand how babies are made?
Yep.
Okay. What's been going on since the last show? Has he, now that we proved it to him, has he contacted you?
No, there's been no contact whatsoever.
Do you have a wonderful mom?
Mm-hmm. She's very wonderful.
Okay. When a man has a child and he doesn't contact you and he's not in your life, do you realize that's his loss?
Yeah.
I think you're a fabulous boy. I would be very proud if you were my son, and I think he's wrong. Now, we did a show not too long ago called The Affair Ruined Our Family, and we had a 13-year-old named Mikey. Mikey was handling some very grown-up stuff, by the way. His father had cheated on his mother, and the family was falling apart. Watch this. How did you know about the affair?
My sister came home one day and told my mother, and I heard, and I asked my mother, was this true? And I thought it could only happen in movies, but it happened.
How could you do this to my mother? You're not right. Sorry doesn't help. I want our life to go back the way it was.
Okay.
You took it away from me.
Mikey's wish, Miss Donovan's wish, was for the family to go back to the way it used to be. Let's see if he got his wish since the last show. Mikey, come on out.
things went good at first. That's what I can tell you. Last night, my mother and father had a very big fight. I don't feel for my father anymore. I want him out. I don't want him in my life anymore. He's a screw up. He doesn't deserve my mother, and my mother deserves better.
This is very hard to take. Very hard to take. Do you need counseling?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think it'll help you?
Yes, I think.
Okay, we can get you that counseling. Are you going to be a screw-up?
No, I made a promise to my mother that I'm never gonna, I always tell her this, and I made a promise to her that I will never end up like my father.
Number one, this girl over here, she says she's pregnant, she wants to be all good mother and everything. I saw you smoking outside. Number two, these two girls over here.
Now, wait a minute. He's
That
right.
makes me a terrible mother.
No, it doesn't. No.
Look at your hair. Why you have a bad root job?
Wait a minute.
PJ! Oh, you. You know what?
I got totally messed up and I had sex with a 38-year-old.
You walked in on her having sex this past summer.
Yes.
In your house?
In my own home. I come home early from work and I was met by a naked boy running out of my house.
Why do this?
Because I need it.
If you don't use protection, aren't you worried about getting some kind of a disease at all?
Well, I'm not going to worry about it until I get it.
After that, we packed up this gang, and we took them to talk face-to-face with people who are either HIV positive or who have full-blown AIDS.
I didn't expect to be positive because I thought only IV drug users got this thing. People who were standing in the street nodding or hanging out in shooting galleries. Not the 10 guys that I were with. They were decent, working, respectable men with wives or whomever they slept with couldn't have had AIDS because they weren't out on the street. But guess what? One of them did, and one of them gave it to me.
I'm going to tell you guys to use condoms, because you don't want to die. And when the doctor comes to you and tell you, you only have 3 weeks, believe me, it's not easy.
I'm upset and I'm really confused.
It is very important to say that Valerie and Chris and Dana and Gabby have all told us that one of the most striking things that has ever happened to them is going to that AIDS hospital. They have said they have stopped having unprotected sex. We certainly hope so. We'll be right back. Ashley, do you want to be pregnant? Ashley, do you want to be pregnant?
No.
You're not pregnant if that test is correct.
Just remember, just because you're not this time doesn't mean it won't be next time.
That's right. What we're going to do, we think it's important that you and the baby go home and see Mother, so we're going to send you to New Mexico to see Mother, and that's important. And we'll see you next time. If you want to talk about this, just join us on the website. See you there.